I can finally cleanse my sins of leveling up the break of Hero Yui. Just because I leveled this up that I was not able to get a guard break 5 on that last water ranking event, and that I couldn't get a higher score. And that pissed me off, and I'm not making the same mistake again. If you don't know what I'm talking about, obviously with the video title and whatnot, we have Bright Alice finally announced, and actually she was actually worth the wait. Blessed Flowers. We should feel very blessed, gamers. Thank you, Bandai, for giving us this character. That took quite a bit to finally come to the game. Also, happy birthday to Rain. I really like this background. 50 diamond cubes though. Oh, I gotta save. You know the deal. You go to the exchange shop, you go illustration, bam, 50 diamond cubes. Anyways, Blessed Flowers. So she's not limited, which is the surprising part. But you may be surprised that this is actually a banner that you might want to consider pulling, but you can also wait. It really depends on you. But first, let's just get this out of the way. Step 1 and 3, 50% off. That's great. Step 5 and 7, you have a 4-star guarantee, but not necessarily Alice. You have a 50% chance of getting her or someone new, but it's not guaranteed that it's going to be that Alice. And then step 8, it's just 1.5 times higher chance of getting a 4-star. All right, why am I actually hyped for this Alice? And I think a lot of people are pretty hyped about this Alice. So she was drawn by the Japanese voice actor of Alice, so that's also a plus. So anyways, this is her stats right here. So she's pretty fast, 318 speed, 2400 attack. Now the reason it's lower is because the magic attack is a little bit higher, but I actually don't mind it being a little bit higher, and I'll tell you why in a second. Crit looking pretty nice, 648 as well. But anyway, she's a break, an assault, and another break, but also a recollection field unit with her break. Also, you want to pay attention closely so you don't make the same mistake I've done. I'll just tell you now, do not level those 2 breaks up there. I'll explain why after I explain the skills. So first break, typical strong attack lowers enemy elemental resistance by 20%. That's cool and all, typical break stuff. Assault, extra strong on single enemy, lowering attack by 20%, so the enemy will deal less damage on you. And then this is the one that I love the most. Also her incarnate skill I love the most. But anyway, it's a medium-sized attack. It's a bit an oof, right? But no, recollection field earth for 1, and also short wait time for the break skill, and you want that break stack. She is definitely going to be a very great assist unit in your ranking events. But anyways, the incarnate skill is also great because, okay, Fortune, Banquet, Toss. I said Banquet, Bouquet, God. Incarnate slash attack on a single enemy, special recollection field, Earth by 3, and then recovers Earth element character's HP for every turn. The last time there was a recollection field Earth element unit, the only ones I can think about is that limited Unital Ring Xenon and the Bath Tisei, who was magic. Obviously, those characters aren't part of the new meta with the EX where they can do 2 incarnates. So finally, we have an Earth one. I don't think Christmas Admin had that. So definitely, if you don't have a recollection field unit, because the 2 units that I talked about, they were limited, then you would want this character for the recollection field. It's super useful. So that short wait time break, yes sir. Anyway, her Imaginarium, attack plus 3% when water element enemies are present. Pretty nice, she deals some pretty extra damage. Special partner is Kirito again, although I don't think I'll really prioritize that. Not too sure. But anyway, leader skill increases attack of all earth element party members by 5 and the member skill by 1. And then of course incarnate combo and break stack. Now like I mentioned, you do not, and I repeat, do not want to level up the breaks. Do not level up that first break. Do not level up that second break. You leave that at level 1. I do believe you have to unlock the second break, so unlock it, but just don't level it to level 2 or anything. Keep it at level 1. Prime example of my mistake that you do not want to do. So we go here. Don't level this up to 3 like here. Do not level this to 2 like I did here. Mistakes. Do not level up this skill down here. It should be a different one, but for this case, this was fire. You do not want to level this either. Anything that has anything to do with increasing your break, do not level. But besides that, you can level anything else. Now, why exactly do you want to do that? Yes, you are dealing less break, but you may be wondering, isn't it better to have more break so you can break the enemies incarnate? Prime example would be during the last water ranking. For instance, I did have the Hero Yui here. Here, an example here is right here when we're doing an incarnate, we want to use break. But as we use our break, the enemy's incarnate is getting really low, but we want that guard break 5. But when we use Yui's short wait time break, we just barely have enough incarnate for the enemy, and we'll have guard break 4. So that means she has an extra turn, so she can do 1 more break, guard break 5 to deal extra damage. All right, now here's the damage after using guard break 5. So almost 800k there, almost 500k there. But Kirito is the most important. Well, you can't even see. 1.7 mil apparently. Now here's the next phase. So I was able to only get, I believe, a guard break 3 or 4. But because I leveled up the break, I can only go up to guard break 4 because I'm doing too much break over here. And in case you don't know, guard break 4 lowers 50% of their defense or something like that, while guard break 5 is 75%. So there's a 25% difference, which is pretty big. How much do you do? 250k, 153k, almost 500k. Kirito, 1.3 mil, while earlier was 1.7. All right, and now we're doing the guard break 4 with double incarnate, 1.9 mil, when that Kirito could have easily dealt 2 mil with the guard break 5. Okay, and guard break 4 with here, 1.5 mil. So literally during this sequence, this boss could have had a little bit more incarnate. I could have broken the break here to get guard break 5, and I could have dealt way more damage. So basically, I lost a lot of damage because I didn't get guard break 5. And that's because I leveled that break. So yeah, don't do that. All right, another thing, why her magic tech is a little bit higher. In case you don't know, I think this is true, but it depends on her magic attack of how much HP each character can earn. So when her incarnate is giving characters HP for each turn, it should be all right HP. It's not gonna be a lot, because the last character that had this was the magical girl Xenon during the Idolmaster collab. But the healing, I didn't even notice it. It was just not even there. But it still helps. Now, another great thing about this Alice is that with the short wait time break, you can actually bring her against other bosses in case you want to get the guard break 5. She doesn't necessarily, you know, have to be a character that deals damage, but she could be that support with that right here. The only downfall though is that if you bring her in other events that's not for Earth Element, so let's say it's a fire ranking, but we bring her, the only downside would be her incarnate because of that recollection field at that point. Because obviously you want the recollection field for the same element, not the opposite element, so you might lose damage because of that. And also the healing, no one would get that healing besides herself, but I'd only really bring her for that and probably use her at the end just to use that. All right, now like I said, it's not limited. Now this is a character that you would want on your team, but if you don't have enough diamond cubes, you don't have to stress. She will come back in the future, and in my prediction, hopefully around the 3rd anniversary or even January. The latest characters we have here were Desselbert, the candy units, and then of course, I just realized, is Christmas admin not here? Or Christmas admin ain't even here. She's not even limited. Why is she not there? Anyway, characters like Desselbert and the candy units, they came out in March. They came out about like 3-ish months ago. So I'd predict in 3-4 months, even half a year, this Alice should be in the general banner. So hopefully during the 3rd anniversary, if they have, you know, choosable character ticket scouts, I feel like this Alice would be there. But she's also a character that you want to pull. So if you want to do good in like the War of Underworld or even nearby Earth Element rankings, or AK right now, you would want this Alice. It's completely up to you if you want to go all in for her. I do think it's worth it, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. She's not limited, don't worry. But she is definitely like a really good unit, especially that recollection field. It's been so long since limited units. Yes, sir. The only thing that I'm curious about is if she puts the recollection field in the beginning of her incarnate before she does her attack, or if it's at the same time where she attacks and then applies the recollection field, because that would really determine what kind of rings you would want to give her, whether it's a recollection field ring or even 150% or more incarnate on the enemy's ring. I'm really hoping for the first one. She applies that first and then deals damage, so I don't have to worry about what rings to give her. But if you do want to save, just keep in mind July's coming up. That is the month of swimsuit units, and last year for swimsuit units we had 4 limited banners. So if you want to be careful of how you spend your diamond cubes, you could wait for that. This banner is going to last until 11 days of July. I mean, you could wait if you don't care about the ranking now or even the War of Underworld. That should be also coming out tomorrow. By the way, my guild needs more members. There's the guild idea. I mean, it's not like competitive or anything. Just do your part and we're good. I'll scroll through applicants and I'll just choose people that I see, because this is starting tomorrow. So yeah, Desperate Measures has desperate needs. Thank you so much for watching this video of Sword Art Online Unleashed Blading. If you guys enjoyed, why not leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. And if you want to join, I have a Discord. The bottom of the description, you click on the link and you're sent right to my Discord. But thank you so much for watching. My name's Kaz. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys all again in the next video tomorrow. I'm so excited. Goodbye.